Well, good evening. Welcome to Monday Night Live. It is 19:31 on Monday, the 16th of February in Ordinary Time. It is great to be here. And yes, I am trying out some streaming software. Gosh, super clever. At the moment, I've got nobody viewing this, so I will just pad. I've got my cup of tea. Interesting story about this mug. Firstly, as you can see, this is a Mission Impossible Fallout mug. On the other side, it says, "Thank you for making the score come alive. Best wishes, Tom, Chris, and Lorne. Lorne Balfe. Tom Cruise, Chris, I don't know, maybe the director of the film." Anyway, my mum sang on the soundtrack and she got given a mug and paid handsomely, obviously. But anyway, that's the mug I'm drinking out of. She didn't want the mug, so I took it as a keepsake. Still very much alive, but I have her mug. So the purpose of these evenings is just to talk about running, basically, and have a little chit chat about all things to do with running. So welcome if you are just joining. I have, I'm testing out a new streaming platform just to see if we can make this a little bit more engaging. If you have not followed me up until now, well, welcome. I am Paul. This is PKS Runs. I do these things on a Monday night because largely I really, really love connecting with you. I really love chatting to you guys. I, as and when I can, do produce long form videos for not Quilsy. Oh my goodness, that's my work. I'm in head space of work. I produce long form content for PKS Runs, and I am here doing these live things. One of the reasons that I do the live is because I really genuinely enjoy connecting with you guys, other runners. If you follow any of my kind of Instagram reels or the reels that are pushed across to YouTube, you may have noted that I have been on a little bit of a, I don't know what we're going to call it. I've been moaning. Let's call it that. I've been moaning a lot recently about running influencers that are kind of gathering a following and then feel like that gives them credibility to start coaching running. And I'm just seeing loads and loads of really crap advice given out. And it's made me really kind of realize the importance of just sharing the limited knowledge I have with other runners. I genuinely think that we should be able to help each other. We should be able to answer each other's questions. And so these Monday Night Live sessions really are a part of that. I hope you would agree that it is nice to be able to talk about running on a Monday night. You've probably had a hard day at work. I've had a busy day, and it is really nice just to talk about nonsense, honestly, half the time. So the way these sessions normally run, and I haven't run one for a couple of weeks because last week I just arrived back from the States. The week before that, I was in the States. I've been a busy boy. I've been a very, very busy boy. But the idea is that we have these sessions and I answer questions. We talk about running. Last time we talked about Nick Bear. The topic of conversations has been far-reaching and very, very broad. Now, bizarrely, I can see a preview over here on my screen of what is being streamed, and there is definitely a delay between what I'm saying here and what is coming up there. So please do say hi in the comments, and we will see how long it takes it to get to the streaming platform, because I have a suspicion that it may take a little while. So anyway, really, more than anything else, I'm just waiting for Egbert to arrive so that I can give him a double-handed high five. But we don't know if he's going to come or not. So I'm going to carry on drinking my tea for a moment whilst I wait for some other people to come. I have, fortunately, let me have a sip of my tea. Fortunately, I am back running again. So we got through to the middle of January and I busted my calf, only a really minor tear. Went to see the physio, took 2 weeks off, spent loads of time on the bike. I then, at the end of January, flew out to the States. I spent a week in the States and I did an absolute ton of running. I'll be honest, a ton. I went straight back to my usual 110 kilometers, straight back in, and so far, so good. My leg has been great. Bizarrely, I have been having some tightness still in my calf, but on the opposite side of my calf. Completely unrelated, just a little bit of tightness, a little bit of tiredness. So I am playing things safe. The original plan at the start of the year, if you might remember from one of these earlier videos, was I was going to start marathon training today. That hasn't happened, and I don't think it is going to happen. I've got 2 weeks as it stands. I've got 2 weeks in the UK before I then go snowboarding for a week in the French Alps. I'm then back for literally 2 nights, and then I go to DC to a conference for work. So, and that's literally a 3-night visit, flying visit. So trying to marathon train during that is just going to be super hard work. And I don't actually have a marathon booked. So I don't need to train for a marathon. I just wanted to do it out of curiosity, really. If you haven't caught up with my latest long form update, you can do that over on the channel. I could probably post a link to it somewhere. I don't know. I'm in a thing. I could probably, anyway, it doesn't matter. I updated the channel on Sunday. I just took my Insta360 with me, new favorite camera, and did one take, edited it to the platform, and it is now live. So it was a very simple one take thing. I am curious to see, I can see myself over here. I'm curious to see what the delay is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold up my air conditioning controller and I will see when it appears over on the screen over there. Of course, I'm not actually counting. I will just be padding for time. But I reckon you guys are about a minute behind me. I don't know. Yep, still waiting. Still waiting for the controller. Anyway, I can see that the 3 of you online. Don't be shy, guys. Use the comment box to say hello. The regulars, the usuals, normally are pretty loud and will make themselves known. If you want, if you're just visiting and you think, goodness me, this guy's handsome and has an incredible selection of running shoes, feel free to do a super chat. I don't actually know what a super chat is, but effectively you pay for a comment. All of that money just goes directly into my pocket. I don't think that's true, actually. I think the money just goes to YouTube and I probably get like 1% of it. So, yeah, there are 2 of you still online, so I haven't scared you off. But genuinely, I would like to answer any questions about running. Why am I getting so grumpy at running influencers at the moment? They are really pissing me off. Why am I getting annoyed at running online running coaches? Are there any better solutions? And why hasn't the controller fitted? Oh, there it is. The controller is there now. I don't know what the time lag was, though, because I haven't been timing. So I do know that what I say now is not going to be heard until about a minute's time. Just messing with my brain. Maybe streaming software is not the way to do this for true engagement. Who knows? Anyway, drop me a comment. Let me know. What do you guys think? Still no comments. I haven't even got my guitar. My guitar is up in the house. I'm down in my office. Just trying to think, what is there interesting that I can show you in here? Absolutely nothing. Just a load of shoes, some crazy lights, which I can change the color of if I want to. Even if you just put in a comment and ask me to change the color to a color of your choosing, I'd be happy to do that. I can either work with hex codes or just colors like pink or red, or I was going to say black, but I can't do black. Well, that would effectively be turning them off, wouldn't it? So, yeah. Look, I'm a pragmatist with this, with the whole PKS Runs thing. I am not monetized. I'm not sponsored. I'm not really trying to be. I've got a job. I enjoy doing the running for fun. I enjoy doing this to build community, get to know you guys, find out what struggles you guys are having with your running, or what events we can celebrate. I know that there are a few of you that are training for events, training for marathons. Yay! Here we go. David has entered the building. There he is, David Hamilton, ultra runner. And the thing is, I don't know when, because of the stupid lag, I have no idea when he will see the fact that I am now responding to his comment. This is an absolute car crash of a live stream. Hey, David, running on a terrible lag. But I think the chat is... Okay, so the chat is actually... this is so confusing. Who else have we got? David Grindle. We've got all the Davids here tonight. I feel bad that my name's not David. Welcome. David, haven't met you before, haven't heard from you. Where are you? What are you training for? How are you getting on with your training? Are you enjoying it? How on earth did you find this obscure little corner of the running ecosphere? Who knows how people find me? Sometimes the algorithm works. Most of the time, it doesn't. So David was doing, last time we caught up with him, he had just done the Arc of Attrition down in Cornwall, and it was absolutely brutal. Literally, he had just done it. So keen to know how you're getting on. The good thing about using this streaming software is I can actually invite somebody onto the stage and we can have an actual face-to-face chat. So if anybody wants a face-to-face chat, I'll send you a link and we will just roll the dice. It'll be like Lucky Dip. Like, who are we going to get? Is it going to be an absolute psycho, or is it going to be somebody who's super interesting? I wasn't going to mention the half of it, David. I wasn't going to mention it. Which means the lag must be my end. It must be in my YouTube analytics side that there's a lag. Okay, so I'm going to say something and I'd like you to finish the sentence so that we can determine how long the delay is. The sentence is, the London Marathon is exactly miles. Actually, any marathon would do. This wasn't actually a great idea. I should have said, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear David, happy birthday too. .2. Okay, so it's not far. It's not far. 26.2 is far, but the actual delay is not too bad. Yeah, David, I didn't want to say that you didn't complete the run because it's still incredible. You still did half of the Arc of Attrition, which on a horrific weekend in the middle of winter is absolutely incredible. I wish I could have taken you all with me to Texas last week. where it was like a balmy 80 degrees. I was running around the most incredible lake in Austin, in Texas, which is the coolest city, I think, in the world. It is just amazing. I took so much video footage that I just haven't even had a chance to look at, let alone edit and try and make into anything. At some point, I will. The difficulty is I've got back into the habit of taking my Insta360 out with me. Oh my word! Okay, I'll come. We'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna chuck that one on the screen, and then we're gonna come back to this. We are coming back to this because that is absolutely ridiculous. 200-mile run in Wales, middle of April. That has got to be, what is it? Dragon's Back, Wild Horse 200. Crazy man, absolute crazy man. Have you got a webcam, David? Do you fancy coming up online? Do you fancy joining me? We'll talk about it because I feel like chat doesn't do this justice. I'm not exactly sure how I would get that link to you, but if you fancy it, if you've got a webcam, honestly, I would genuinely love to ask you about it. I think it'd be way more interesting than me sat here drinking my mug of tea. Cheers. Yeah. So anyway, so I've been taking my camera out on every single run, and I reckon I record anywhere between 10 and 15 videos on my runs, spouting about all sorts. Sometimes it's useful content. Sometimes I'm having a moan. Latterly, it has been me having a moan about various things in the running industry. But generally speaking, I'm trying to do stuff that is kind of uplifting and encouraging, etc. The problem is that I just never get to edit anything. So I've probably got about 300 videos, of which I don't know. Like, there's probably some really good content in there, but I just have no idea where it is. It's like a Pandora's box. I just need to get in there, open it, and see what's in there and find out. So, Wild Horse 200 has got 120-hour cutoff, designed for slow running. I think 200 miles. I think the only way to run 200 miles, I presume, is going to be slower. So 120 hours is divided by 24 is 5. So it's 5 days of running. Okay. Question number 1. Do you get to nap? Because I don't think I could stay awake for 5 days. I don't think I could stay awake for 2 days. So I'm presuming that maybe you do some camping or something like that. Let's see if we can get this up online. What are we calling it again? Wild Horse 200. There's a runner who I do really like. Gary House is his name. And I think I remember seeing him supporting the Wild Horse last year, kind of like just cheering people on and supporting people. He was injured at the time. He's had all sorts of horrible injuries. I've got this up here in the screen. Right, let's see. Can I share my screen? Present. Let's see. Could do an extra camera, video file, share screen. Right. Okay. Screen sharing is easiest with 2 monitors. Well, you're in luck, my friend. I've got 2 monitors. Okay. Share screen. Wild Horse 200. Tickety tick. Here it is. Right. So David is running this in 57 days, 9 hours, 9 minutes, and 27 seconds. It is still open for applications. Are you doing the Mid Wales or the South Wales? Because the South Wales, gosh, okay. What's the difference? Wednesday the 15th. Wednesday the 17th. You're doing the South. Yeah, okay. All right, let's have a look. If we sign up, what does that do? Where does that take us? £549. Oh, thanks so much, my man. I appreciate that. We're just going to have to come back to this. £549? I hope that they give you food and lodging and something, a lot of it. Wowzers. Wowzers. No worries. I've been trying this new streaming platform. It's a complete shit show. But I can do things like this. Cha-ching! David from Inverness saw my Loch Ness video and now watch most of my videos on the channel. Big fan. I really, really appreciate that. Yes, I believe we've had a little bit of interaction on the messages. Yeah, genuinely, really do appreciate that. I don't know if I'm streaming now or did I ever share my screen? I can't remember if I did. Hang on a minute. Oh, there we go. Right, folks, this is the Wild Horse 200, the home of 200-mile racing in Wales. Absolutely extraordinary. So, it's a 200-mile race, of which they don't give you very much information, I will add, other than sign up, I think. Right, actually, no, we want to go South Wales. I'm going to go South Wales. So, okay, there's a runner's manual here. Lots of information. Checkpoints every 25 miles. You can have your own crew. Drop bags. Yeah. Wait, it's a point to point. How do you get home? Okay. How do you get to Wales? Race bling. It's a good point. For £549, I want some serious merch. What am I getting? South Wales 200 belt buckle. Yeah, if you can finish it. Wild Horse 200 t-shirt. A South Wales 200 matte print from Waymarked Art. Indomitable South Wales 200 medal. Entry fee £4.99 if you pay up front. In advance, £5.49. Fair play. I think you've got to really, really love ultra running to do that. I feel like an absolute stinge bag when I give like a marathon event £50 of my hard-earned Earth credits. So yeah, £5.49 is amazing. I think, yeah, fair play. Fair play. We're going to take that off the main screen. Remove. Ooh, look at this. We're getting pretty clever now, folks. We are getting pretty flipping clever. Yeah. Let's hide this one as well. So, David, how are you training for that? How do you even begin to train to run 200 miles? Is it just get the miles in, low and slow? I'm assuming that your aerobic engine is an absolute beast. I want to know if you're sleeping over these 200 miles. I was chatting with a friend last week who's doing a backyard ultra, 4-point-something miles every hour on the hour. He's hoping to do 100 miles in 24 hours. So at best, I'm thinking you're running for 25 miles at a time, concentrating on time on feet. Yeah, that makes sense. I presume you are not sitting at a desk at work like I am. When I first got into running, I read 2 books. First book was, ironically, It's Not About the Bike by Lance Armstrong. Someone gave it to me as a present and I read it and I was like, oh my goodness, I need to get fit. My first thought wasn't get a bike. It was, I'm going to start running. Second book I read was Ultra Marathon Man by Dean Karnazes. And I've read all of his books since. And one of the things that he talks about in his preparation for ultramarathons is he pretty much never sits down apart from when he goes to sleep. So he will be working at his desk. He's got like a pull-up bar rig around his desk so that he can just do all sorts of functional fitness whilst whilst doing the work that honestly, I don't actually know what work he does. I guess writing books, maybe, I don't know, maybe just being a ridiculously good ultra runner and standing around writing about it, I guess. I don't know, maybe he probably isn't a incredible ultra runner anymore. I don't know. I haven't looked into him for a long time. He certainly was back when I started running, which was 18 and a half years ago. Lance Armstrong, yes, massive drug cheat. Does that change how I feel about him? No, actually doesn't, because he still had to put in the hard work. I think he's a cheat for sure, without any doubt. He clearly has used banned substances to become better at his sport, but still put the work in, still came back from death's door with cancer, and I kind of respect that. At least he did finally come clean about it, even if that was probably driven by money. And we're back on drugs. We were talking about Nick Bear last time, so we are back there, talking about drugs. So as it stands, I have absolutely nothing in the diary from a running perspective. I have half planned, half committed to doing the London Marathon in reverse in April. At the moment, I think because it's so cold and wet and miserable, I honestly cannot think of anything worse. I think I'll probably do it, but I'm not feeling wildly excited about it. I've got Valencia lined up at the end of the year. And that's it. Oh, excuse me. Oh, dear. Nobody wants to see PKS yawning. Nobody whatsoever. We're going to do about another 5 minutes of this because I know that Laura is waiting for me patiently up in the house. She's just finished work today and she's got the week off. So tonight is the first night of her week of annual leave, and I want to go and make her a nice cup of tea and do something nice with her. I am continuing to work all week this week, which is a bit sucky, really. Yeah. But I do actually have to earn some money, so that is useful. Yes! Excellent! I'm pleased. Oh, that's so good. We are 100% going for a run then in Valencia. Definitely. We will lock that in. And I'm going to ask you a bazillion and one questions about ultra running. And there's every chance I will have my camera in front of me. Oh, that's really good. I'm really pleased to hear that. I think I thought you were going, because you did mention a shakeout run before. Valencia is such a cool place. I think second to Austin, Texas. I think Valencia is the second coolest city in the world. Maybe Sydney, Australia. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, maybe we'll put Sydney in third place, top three. So yeah, all roads lead there. For the next, I think for the foreseeable future, I am going to be doing low intensity base training, not trying to do anything fancy other than keep my heart rate under 140 beats per minute. That is the end goal. I've been talking quite a lot about it. Hang on a minute. My wife's saying she's leaving in 5 minutes. Where's she leaving to? Okay. It's okay. She's not leaving me in 5 minutes, just leaving the house to go and pick up one of our daughters. Yeah, I'm going to be just super low intensity training. I got to my 3-hour marathon back in Manchester off the back of almost exclusively just doing really low heart rate training. I read the Math Method book probably about a year and a half before that, when I first got back into running for about the 5th time. And honestly, low heart rate training has never failed me. One of the things I've been reflecting on recently, actually, and nice to have David here from Loch Ness from Inverness, is that my very best race result was the Loch Ness Marathon, at which I really had quite low expectations in some senses. I hadn't really trained hard until I came back from my Australia trip, where I ran, I think it was like a 1:25 half marathon and maybe 1:24:30. That was, at that point, I felt like that was an absolute stretch because I hadn't really done any fast running as a part of my training. A few months before that, I'd only really got back into running in May following a stress fracture in my foot. And yeah, like having my sort of speculative target was 2 hours 55 minutes, came out with the 2:45. And I do wonder if, like, just being a little bit more chill, a little bit more zen about my running might do me some good. And yeah, just basically run slow, run long, and allow the aerobic engine just to build and theoretically get faster. Working hard in the gym at the moment. So I am lifting heavy or heavier. Obviously, I'm no like strength, big, strong guy. Gosh, I'm struggling with my words tonight. I'm very, very sorry. Yeah, I'm not massively strong, but I try and work hard in the gym at least, and put in a good shift in there. Oh, we've been all over the place tonight. I used a £1 trial of this streaming software tonight, and I won't be doing it again because I do not like the lag. I like being able to interact with you guys live as things happen. It's much, much easier. So we will go back to boring old YouTube next week. I don't know why YouTube can't do their own streaming thing. I expect there probably are free streaming platforms out there, but they all look quite intense and complicated. And really the only way to try them is by actually going live. So maybe at some point I just need to mess around and go live. And if anybody turns up, then they turn up. So I am going to leave it here and say goodnight. Do watch the anyone with any experience of stress tibia issues. Whereabouts? You've hooked me in, Tom. You've hooked me in. Okay. Yeah, lower shin on the outside or on the inside. So I get a recurring bit of pain here on the inside of my shin. I have speed. Yeah. Okay. Same place. I don't know how extreme your pain is, but I've had at times just a really gentle niggling. It's almost like shin splints, but not quite. I found sports massage is quite useful, but honestly, go and see a physiotherapist. I think that is the best thing that you can do. Certainly, with the calf issue I had a couple of weeks ago, I went to the physio straight away. He said, rest it for 2 weeks. It is minor. If you keep running on it, you're not going to do it any good. Just give it some space, give it some time. Low impact exercises, cross trainer, bike, all good. Yeah, certainly. You having had a stress fracture in my foot and it fully blowing up because I didn't listen to the warning signs, and missing the London Marathon 2 years ago, not being able to run for about 9 weeks, it's not worth relying on people like me or YouTube or other people. Just go see somebody. But man, I feel your pain. Like quite literally, sometimes I feel that pain. What you want to establish is it actually on the tibia itself? Is it like a little bit of muscle sort of by it? Okay, I need to rest. If I can just do half marathon in 3 weeks, I'll be happy. Yeah, honestly, you can do so much on a bike. As you will have seen on my channel, I spent 2 weeks on the bike literally 4 weeks ago. Just try and do the same sessions that you would do running on the bike, but think in terms of heart rate. So, you can do a really good zone 2 workout. You can do a good zone 3 workout. I wouldn't do sprints because sprints are going to just add additional stress into it. But man, which half marathon have you got? I honestly, I feel well, it's horrid, absolutely horrid. But rest will do the job. The place that I've got to is recently. At the end of the day, I want to still be running into my 80s and 90s, and so taking a couple of weeks here out, oh wow, oh that would be fun. Yeah, taking a couple of weeks off running for the greater good, is a really great thing. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day marathon in Ireland. I bet that's going to be absolutely bonkers. People splitting the G all over the place. Don't even get me started on that. Got a lot of friends that like Guinness and they're obsessed at the moment with splitting the G. Yeah, solid. 2:48. Half marathon or marathon? Either way is solid. I'm intrigued. You've honestly, you've got me properly hooked in now. Marathon, mate, that is incredible. Yeah, that is absolutely brilliant. Send me a message because honestly, I'd love to. I'd love to hear more about that. Maybe you can come and join me on stage on this, and we can talk about it. Always love to hear where people have success stories from cross training. Maybe my Loch Ness success was down to the fact that I had the stress fracture and I spent hours on the bike for 2 months and did nothing else. I walked and I was on my bike, and that was it. Some days 3 hours cycling, and I wouldn't be able to repeat that same intensity with running. So yeah, no worries at all. I was literally about to go, and then you wheeled me in. If you're not already following me, come and follow me on Instagram. That is where I'm most active. So send me a message. It'd be great to connect, and obviously Strava and all of that jazz. But guys, I am going to go here. We have covered all sorts tonight. The Crazy Horse 200-mile wild horse race that David's going to be running. Absolute nutcase. And Tom, good luck in 2 weeks' time. Oh gosh, hooked in again. I don't know, mate. It's the algorithm. Don't blame me. How did you end up here? You were probably thinking, I don't know what you were thinking. Monday Night Live must be some sort of like big celeb gathering, like Saturday Night Live. Instead, you've ended up with this dumb fucker talking about running. So probably shouldn't swear. Very sorry, everybody. But yeah, yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. Do you run, Amar Parvez? Amar Parvez? Oh, good. I appreciate that. I don't know what we're saying I'm good for, but anyway, I'm glad you made it. The free guide stuff. Yeah, honestly, does my absolute nut. It really does. There's I'll be honest, it's targeted at a few runners, but there's a few people that are just putting out some absolute nonsense, and it's all real clickbait. The content that they actually give out is absolute nonsense. 25 kilos in 6 months. Absolute weapon. Every time I think I'm going to go, you guys just pull me back in, honestly. Mate, that is absolutely incredible. How have you done it? Gym, diet, running, cycling? Let us know. Absolutely incredible. My running journey started with a weight loss journey. So I started 18 and a half years ago because I was about 3 stone overweight, and I'm only about 5'7", so 3 stone goes quite a long way. I don't know what that is in kilograms. 3 stone, 20 kilos. So yeah, I actually lost 20 kilos myself back in 2005. And at multiple times, I have put that 20 kilos back on. I think I've probably put that on about 3 or 4 times over the last 18 years, lost the love of running, and most recently lost that 20 kilos 4 years ago. So I have been on that journey. It's a hard journey. So anyone who's done it, man, I am so in awe of, because I know how hard it is. It is brutal. I actually set this channel up to hold myself accountable, because I had been doing this, like, get good at running, get injured, get fat, be fat for like 6 months, a year, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse. Blah, 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 blah. Dude is on Norwood 3. What's Norwood 3? Is that a GLP-1? Fair play. Doesn't matter if he is or he isn't. Losing weight is losing weight. If you're using, I don't know what Norwood 3 is. Hang about, I'm gonna Google it. Norwood 3 hair. Who are we talking about? Who's on Norwood 3? I'm not. This is all legit. Fair play, my man. 1,500 is savage. That is absolutely savage. I've actually, am I going to talk about this? Yeah, I will talk about this. So I'm on at the moment, a little bit of a mini cut, because I want to get down to, I'm currently sitting at 11 stone. I don't know what that is in kilos. I want to get back down to 10 and a half stone, just so that I'm not carrying excess weight that I don't need for the marathon. And Monday to Friday, I'm trying to eat 1,800 calories with 3 gym sessions and a 90-minute run each day. So that's really hard, and it makes it very hard to recover. Hence why I'm just doing like very low intensity base miles. If I'm actually in an active marathon training block, I'm eating somewhere around 3,000 calories a day. 1,500 is eau de savage. That is really, really impressive. So yeah, I think I'm really comfortable running on an empty stomach, completely fasted. At the weekend, I did like 26 kilometers, and I certainly would not advocate for this. I do not think that this is like recommended, but I ran, Saturday morning, 26 kilometers. I had a pre-workout mix, which is effectively just caffeine. I had a cup of tea, and that kept me going through the run. Didn't take any fluids or anything with me, didn't really need them. So I think I've trained my body over years to be able to train in a fasted state. And then on days where I am then trying to keep that calorie count low, I'm very strategic about my meal times. So I actually waited to run on Saturday until kind of mid-morning so that I would get back for lunchtime, and then it was lunch. And in the end, at the weekend, so at the weekends, I try and have like about 2,400, 2,500 calories, which in reality is probably just like maintaining. But across the week, I am in a very small deficit, probably a reasonable deficit. And the weight just isn't shifting nearly as fast as it should. It's frustrating. I track everything. I count everything. I meticulously use MyFitnessPal. So, yeah. Is it Amar? Is that your name? Amar. Are we connected on Strava and Instagram? If not, we should be at PKS Runs. So yeah, always. I genuinely. So I started this video talking about why I've been such a bitch today and over the last couple of days about online running coaches kind of exploiting beginner runners. And what I kind of said is it's really reignited my kind of like conviction for why I do this, which is I just want to connect with other runners. I don't aim to make any money out of running. I'm not looking to, I mean, I'd love to get monetized on YouTube and maybe get like a tiny fraction of money, but I know that it's like literally going to be pence rather than pounds. So yeah, sleep, yes. Sleep can affect weight loss. I sleep pretty well. Most nights I get 8 hours. I at the weekend tend to get like 10. So, but again, I think there's so many. I know there's a whole thing around cortisol. There is a guy that I've been following actually on Instagram. I think he's a Scouse lad, and he talks a lot about kind of nutrition and supplementation. He describes himself as ADHD, so he's autistic and he's got ADHD, and he's basically kind of channeled all of his ADHD, like obsessiveness, into learning about nutrition and what have you. And he talks a lot about what we need for like really, really effective recovery and all of that. I don't know. I feel like I sleep really well. My Garmin says I sleep really well. I sleep most nights, light sleep score in the 80s. I don't know if you're asking where I'm from. Probably, I guess, because I suppose I'm the one that's talking. That would make sense. I am in Somerset in England. Where are you from? Where's everyone else from? We were finishing this 15 minutes ago. Now all of a sudden, everybody wants to talk. I spent the first 20 minutes literally talking to myself, and all of a sudden it has kicked off, and we are literally 40 minutes away from bedtime. So I tend to go to bed at 9. I read on my Kindle. India, fantastic. Whereabouts? Like, not that I know anywhere in India. One of our team, for the business that I work for, does live in India. So he is, I think, in northern India. Again, probably India is quite a big country. Mumbai. I know where Mumbai is. Well, I know of Mumbai. My wife is absolutely desperate to take me to India. She went there when she was younger. Honestly, India doesn't really tempt me, because she told me stories of rats that are like the size of humans just running around, and I'm not a big fan of rats, I'll be honest. I appreciate, though, if you go down to the Bridgewater Canal in Bridgewater, which is where I live, you will also see rats, but they're about that big, not like as big as humans. So I don't know. I guess if I could come to Mumbai, stay in a Marriott chain hotel, and be confident that I was going to have all of my creature comforts, then I'd probably come. I do love curry. I do love an Indian. I appreciate that, again, probably what we have here in an Indian takeaway probably tastes nothing like authentic Indian food. So anyway, I think there was a marathon in India very recently. Ben Parks, the goat of YouTube running, was there, I believe. Yeah, looked really cool. Okay. So if I was going to come to Mumbai, I've got an exam on after 6 days. I'm at 0. What does that even mean? Can anyone help me with this? I have an exam on chemistry. This after 6 days, I'm at 0. Chemistry. Well, I know what I assumed it was chemistry. I'm not a complete dipshit. In 6 days, so you've got an exam. You've got a chemistry exam in 6 days. You've done no revision. Is it a bot? Who knows? Probably. I will just say this: I didn't do a shred of revision for my exams. I am not the guy that's going to be helping with revision. My children are currently revising, or my youngest daughter is currently revising for her GCSE exams. I know I don't look that old, but yes, I am that old. I'm in my mid-40s, approaching my late 40s this summer. Himalayas. Man, I friggin' love to go to the Himalayas. We were talking about the Himalayas at dinner tonight because somebody said to my daughter at school that Everest wasn't in Nepal, it was in China. And we said, well, we know that the Himalaya mountain ranges are far reaching, but yeah. Anyway, I know that Nepal's not India. Anyway, Himalayas, yeah, that'd be incredible. Yeah. Ever had Indian foods? What's your thoughts on that? Why is half the audience here from India tonight? I don't mind that. It's great. It's lovely. But what are my thoughts on Indian food? Love a papadum, love a naan bread, chicken tikka masala, lamb rogan josh. Yeah. We've definitely got surreal here. Yeah, I love an Indian takeaway as much as the next man. Yeah, that's good. Mango, yeah, you got to have 1.5 billion people. Yeah, mango chutney, absolutely. Got to have a bit of mango chutney. I mean, look, okay, if we're going to talk about my ideal curry order, let's just go for it. I know you didn't ask, but we're going to do it. Probably going to be a chicken tikka masala. It's going to be maybe something like a chicken shashlik as well. So, like, I think that's like a more of a dry sauce. I love a little bit of rice, but not much. I'd like a garlic naan, a peshwari naan. I want sagaloo, so potatoes and what you call it, and I want a bit of mango chutney, a bit of mango. No, mango lassi. Yeah, I know what mango lassi is. That's a drink. That's something different. Mango lassi with cherry flakes and almonds. Gosh. I mean, this is all just getting crazy. I hadn't even finished my order. Okay, so I'm having a mango lassi on the side, probably a pint of Cobra. I think that's one of the, or Kingfisher. Those are one of the Indian beers or lagers. I don't actually drink lager, so I would have it just to be kind of, culturally appropriate, basically. What else are we missing? God, bhaji. Love an onion bhaji. Right. Okay. Now, 8:25. The strange thing is, right, because we do employ, we've got one of our, so I work for a software company. One of our developers is Indian. He's based in India, been with the business for I don't know, about 12 years. He's normally tucked up in bed by about 5 o'clock. So what? I don't know what time it is over there. Is this a running channel? Yes, ordinarily it is a running channel. But for some reason this evening we're on an Indian takeover. And everybody that's watching this seems to be from India, and we're now talking about Indian food. So a steak with 3 eggs and guacamole every day in your cup. Oh man, that sounds delish. It doesn't sound very Indian. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds about a million miles from yeah. It's definitely, yeah. This evening got beyond surreal. Absolutely beyond surreal. Come to India, rule again, missing Britons. I'm not sure we can say about Britons. You're missing, rule again, you're missing Britons. You're saying you want England to come over and do whatever it is that we did back in the olden days, which was colonialism or whatever that was. As far as I can tell, the rest of the world did not like England coming over and taking over control of everything. So I'm going to say, probably from my perspective, hard pass. I think Donald Trump in America has got the world domination thing sewn up. I'm happy to keep that at a arm's length. Very happy to come and visit India and come for a run, come to the gym, do some training. You'd probably need to do hit the dollar sign and probably add like many zeros onto the end of it. It's everybody else. I'm assuming, honestly, I'm not assuming anything. Yeah. I don't know why why we I don't know how we got. I feel like I've been entrapped into talking about curry. Anyway, yeah. So India trip, possibly. Certainly, I think I could get some good running footage. That's for sure. You've got any nice parks? Sure, you must have. What else have we got going on? I really actually do have to go. I was finishing this 28 minutes ago. Yeah, imperialism. That was the word I was looking for. We've covered everything. I don't usually go back into these videos. Australia. Now we're on to cricket. Guys, I'm just gonna have to go. Please do hang about. Let's see if I can do something crazy here. Please do like and subscribe. How about that? That's clever, isn't it? So hit the bell button, then you won't miss this next week. We do this at 7:30 UK time every Monday. So yeah, David, you're still here. Thank you so much. So much. Yes, this is a hashtag car crash. PKS runs gets cancelled. So yes. So do like and subscribe. Do you know what? I grew up near St Albans and I went there for my orthodontist treatment. And you can see I went actually to try and sort my underbite. Stop it. Oh dear. Right. So this time it's 8:30 now. If you had all tuned in an hour ago, we could have had shits and giggles an hour ago and we could have had a lot of fun. It's now 30 minutes until I go to bed. If I don't go to bed, I'm not going to lose weight. If I don't lose weight, I'm never going to hit my 2:40 marathon time that I'm aiming for. And all of this will be for naught. So I'm going to go up to my room. Bottle Royal. Okay, I'm just going to stop reading the chat because it gets sucked in every time. Guys, this has been such fun. Mate, I don't know how we do this because it's always in the last minutes that everybody suddenly comes online. But do follow me. Find me on Strava, PKS Runs. Find me on Instagram, PKS Runs. That is where I am most active. Definitely let's talk about Africa next week. Maybe see if maybe see if I can get my friend Calvin back on the channel. He ran the Manchester Marathon with me ages ago. He's in South Africa, so we could get some real life content. Oh, I'm just seeing that someone's just ordered some Vomeros. My brother-in-law Ed, who is on the podcast, he's just started running in some Vomeros. He loves them. He says they're like running on like space gas. Anyway, guys, I'm going. You can. I don't know what we do with this, but I'm just gonna have to. Bought it for £7,100. Round off. Okay, I'm going. Bye, guys.